This is Chris Slade, drummer of many bands, and you're watching CMS TV.
It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard Dokken from the Dysfunctional release with Long Way Home, and some Don Dokken solo from his Up From the Ashes release with Crash and Burn. A happy 71 birthday to Don Dokken, and we just heard Deep Purple there with Perfect Strangers, and another guy with a birthday, Ian Pace, drummer of the legendary Deep Purple, his 76th birthday today. So happy birthday to those guys. And no stranger to me or the show, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, man? How we doing?
Oh, we're good. It's birthday time today.
Apparently so. Look at
you
that.
Got birthday cake ready? Are you lighting candles over there in celebration of birthdays?
That's too much fire for me, man.
Yeah, you're a little low in the mix tonight.
Am I?
Yeah, just a tad low.
Let's see what the fuck I can do about that.
Last week it was me just blaring. This week it's you just low in the mix.
How about now? Hey, 1, 2.
And I'll just turn you up on my end just a
I don't have much more I could turn up.
All right. Yeah, I just had to just bump you up just a little bit on my end.
All right. Good now? Hey, 1, 2.
Oh, good.
Testing.
Yeah, you're good. I just got to give you a little more gain on my end.
All right.
So here we are. We're back. All right. One month of summer already blown. Gone.
Yes, I know. It'll be snowing before we know it.
I know that's the worst thing, when we get past the summer solstice, which was last weekend.
Right.
It all just goes downhill like really quick. I mean, we start, I just wait, I just look at December 21st and say, hey, this is the shortest day of the year. Now it's going to start getting longer again. And now here we're past the point. Hey, now it's going to start getting shorter again. So we're going to be losing about a minute a day from here until December now.
I got to admit, I am much more happy with cold than hot. So I won't mind too terribly when the cold comes, but, yeah, I do like that it's sunny until like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
that's
I
nice.
like that, but unfortunately, that only lasts for about 2 months.
Yeah, that certainly beats in the winter when it gets dark at like 4. That blows when it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It starts getting dark. It's like, oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I know, but what are you gonna do? We have both lived through 50 years plus of that.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna change.
No, I'm just wishing that all this climate change would just do something for the positive.
Well, it's, since we are burning to death here, I saw last week on all the news cycles about how we're having this incredible murderous heat because it was all of 90 degrees. Holy shit.
Goodness, a whole 90 degrees?
Yeah. Jeez. Does my mic sound bad? People are now in the chat room are saying I sound bad. What? Am I borrowing from Seth? I hope not.
That's my biggest complaint about watching the Seth show. I would probably watch it more, but Seth's mic drives me nuts.
Yeah, I have tried everything. We've tested it. I've told him, I've even showed him that you gotta, because like he's a move guy, I'm a move guy. Like you don't really move. You lock in and you stay right there. Me, I'm all over. I'm here and I'm here.
Right. But
that's why I grab all the time.
He has that ambient sound though. That's the thing. He sounds like he's in a big room or something,
Yeah, he needs a better mic is what he needs.
Well, I don't know what it is, but I try to watch the Seth show periodically. I like to tune in and kind of watch, but just the difference between listening to you and listening to him, it just drives me nuts. And from day one, when you and I started doing the whole remote thing way back in 2005, 2006, my whole goal was to make sure that you and I always sounded equal, like we were always in the same room,
Yeah. Well, all you really need to hear is me anyway on the Seth Show, because I am the star. May not have my name on it, but I'm the fucking star here.
It's Chris. It's the Seth Show featuring Chris Aiken on lead bike.
That's right. His name can be big all it wants, but my voice is big. That's all that matters.
Right. So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah. I mean, you sound okay now. I mean, you're just a little low in the mix. I'm not really sure what was going on there. But,
thank you, Boss Metal. I agree with you fully.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, here's the thing with you, Chris.
Yeah.
And this is a compliment to you as well as our chemistry here.
Mm-hmm.
The chemistry that you and I have, as far as I'm concerned, and I've listened to you with the Seth Show, and obviously you and Eric, and when you were doing the show with
Toomey.
Yeah.
Talk to me
show and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. It's just not. And the thing is that what these guys need is someone who can carry on a conversation coherently. That's the biggest problem I had with the guys over there in Akron.
Oh, with Maximum Threshold.
Yeah, they just didn't have any chemistry at all. None. One guy would talk, and then there'd be dead air, and then there'd be like, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I know, yeah, and there was no interaction. There was no immediate back and forth. It was always just sort of a delayed, well, what am I going to say now? I got nothing left to contribute now.
I think a lot of people too, they get intimidated for some reason when the camera comes on or what. They stop being themselves and they start trying to like be the personality or whatever. And it's like, just be yourself. Dude, you talk to me on the phone, about once a week. About once a week, me and you get on the phone. Maybe not as much.
Maybe twice a month at the most.
It's less than it used to be because you're busy and I'm busy all the damn time. But still, when you get on the phone with me, it's no different than this.
No, I agree.
And same with you. It's no different this is just a very long phone call.
That's a 6-hour phone call.
That's all it is. It's a very long phone call. That's all.
Yeah. But the thing is these other shows that have, tried to, gravitate toward the Chris Aiken magic, it's just, well, basically what it is you're a guy who can carry on a conversation intelligently. And there's not a lot of people out there that can make a worthy co-host to do that.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliment. I will say the only thing I'll say where I think you're slightly, I don't want to say off, but I don't think this part maybe, is the reason the other ones are different is that I purposely try to be a little different.
Well, I'm not talking about content wise.
Yeah.
I'm talking about capability wise.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
The content, I get that you don't want to repeat this show on everybody else's show.
Right.
It's the ability to interact and bring, conversation to the table and respond quickly and actually engage.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Most people are not broadcasters.
Right.
They're not broadcasters. They don't know how to move things along and keep it interesting and keep people engaged and listening when they have nothing to say. They've got nothing to say. They blow their steam in the first 10 or 15 minutes of the show and it's over.
And then they're like, hey,
I got nothing else to add. I kind of like ran out of shit.
43 minutes left.
So I don't have anything to say. I've got no thoughts of my own. I'm not really a deep thinker. I don't have a long-term vision of where this conversation could go. I just got a few talking points. Once I got past those, now I got nothing.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And what's interesting is I don't think the others the other, especially Eric and Seth, and again, this isn't a rip. It's just the way it is.
It's
but
the personality. It doesn't mean that these guys don't have anything to contribute. It's just that to have a co-host, there's not a lot of people
there's not
who are co-host material.
But the other thing that I know for Seth, I don't know for sure with Eric, but I know Eric comes up with topics himself. They like to be like prepped. Where you know me, I do not like to be prepped.
Don't like to be prepped.
And that's what works on this is no matter what me and you are doing, the other one does not know. When we literally say, if you say to me, do you have a topic? You have no idea if I do or I don't.
I don't.
When I say no, you go ahead. I have no idea what's coming. Nothing. And that's.
But the thing is you can react to it same way as I do. You know,
we just both
if
riff.
you bring something to the table, I can react to it pretty quickly. Same thing with you. If I bring something to the table, you may not even be familiar with. But
I wasn't familiar with that girl last week. That Kaylee girl or whatever. Haley, I'm familiar with her now that I've watched 7,000 videos of her.
Did you like her sheer top videos?
Oh my goodness.
Her nipple videos?
I got to say about her, I'm surprised that you have a thing for her. Because she's a little bit chunky by Neeley terms.
Well, she's shapely.
She's chunky by Neeley terms.
True.
But she's, boy, I
it's
like her.
Attitude. She's got an attitude about her. She's got a, she's got a guy mentality. She knows what guys like, and she doesn't mind giving it to you.
Right. Yeah. No, I love her. I'm a new subscriber to her YouTube channel. I'm watching all 9,000 of her videos.
I ran across those sheer top videos yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, holy shit!"
Yeah, I don't know how she gets away with that on YouTube. I mean, she might as well be naked.
Yeah, because she gives a disclaimer at first.
Yeah, it's for education. It's educational. Get out of here.
It's not spank material. It's for educational purposes only. It's not for your sexual gratification or the fact that you're going to splooge your screen. Yeah, it's just for educational purposes.
Yeah, the fact that my keyboard was all sticky after watching it meant nothing, right?
I figured you'd enjoy that.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Jesus.
Yeah, I sent those to Sal. You know what he sent me back in return?
A Trump video.
Trump videos.
Yeah, what
and
a
it's just
douche.
like, dude, I just sent you a couple of videos where this chick is practically naked and you're sending me Trump videos.
Well, you sent him what you were jerking to. He sent you what he was jerking to.
It's just like, holy fuck. I sent those to my nephew too, and he goes, holy shit, that girl's a cutie.
Yeah, she rocks.
Yeah, she is. She's fun. She's
how many times
girl.
How many times do you think Sal jerked off to the debate? At least twice, right?
At least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. He had to. Every time Trump got off a good joke, he's oh, where's my dick? Where's my dick?
Yeah, so I was just I was enjoying a little bit of Haley last night, and I was just like, oh, I gotta share this with my friends.
Yeah, that was a good share there.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, well, she's got one coming up tomorrow. I think she's gonna do a sheer dress tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I noticed that she has an up and coming video coming up, and it says "People in Waiting." You know how they got where you put up the send me a reminder. So June 30th, which is tomorrow, she's got a couple of sheer dresses she's trying.
Well, I think I need to see that for educational purposes only.
For educational purposes only. In
case I want to buy that dress for somebody. I need to see how it looks.
Are you able to pull up the one at all?
Which one? The sheer dress?
The sheer top. I think it's the sheer top was the good one. Not the she tried on a dress. It's the first link I sent you last night. It was just like, holy shit.
Hold on. Haley sheer top. See if it just comes up real quick. Haley Nicole.
Yeah.
Mesh top try on. Is that
that's the one? Yeah. That's the one. So I don't like people wondering, what the hell are these guys talking about?
I don't care what they're wondering. All right, I don't know if we can show this.
Why? It's on YouTube.
Yeah, well, we'll take a shot. Whatever.
I mean, she put it up on YouTube. It didn't get pulled down, so I don't know why we can't show it.
I always worry about nudity.
But she's not nude.
Well, anytime,
naked.
She's not naked, but there's some real nippleage going on here.
Mm-hmm. She uploaded it to her. There you go. Look at this.
Well, that's good, but that ain't as good as what she's wearing in the next scene.
Let's go. Okay, first we are starting off with this mesh long sleeve off the shoulder top. It is very comfortable, very breathable. I really like this one. I would actually wear this one.
What?
Like how she goes. She just sort of goes.
Yeah, she's just bouncing them around a little bit.
Out and about, I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. I don't know if any of them are gonna top this.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Now we have this white lace little crop top. I'm not a big fan of like the placement of where the straps are. I feel like it would be cute.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of where the lace is placed.
If they were like off to the side, you know. But it is really comfortable. And
I'll bet. There's nothing to it.
Bottom. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. We have this flower print mesh tank top.
Boo!
We call these like cami tops.
Boo! 2 out of 10.
I really like this one. This is. I just really like it. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really like it.
No, boo!
And it's nice because it's a lot longer. Like if I wanted to wear it with some like low-rise pants, I totally could. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10.
All right.
Okay. Now we have this long sleeve crop top. It's really high on my neck and I'm not a fan of that, but I do like that the inside has like a nice like elastic, so it's not like
that's the part I like.
Too lot, and it's very breathable.
Makes part of me feel elastic too. It goes stretches and unstretches. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But again, just not a fan of things that are tight on my neck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give
me
this one a 4 out of 10.
Good score.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. But that is all for this video. Feel free to comment and tell me which one was your favorite. And don't forget to
CUMMENT. Comment.
Haley Nicole.
Yeah, she's a piece of ass, that's for sure. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's a fun girl. She's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah. So anyway, Haley Nicole Trump video. Let me see. Which one am I going to watch?
Well, Donald did get some funny jokes off.
So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with my closest friends.
How many minutes after these videos are shot does that guy just pull his dick out and say, come on, take care of business here?
Right, exactly.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
You know his dick's hard while he's shooting this shit.
Of course.
Even though he's banged her 100 times, he's still fucking horny for that.
Yeah, of course. Well, because she's got a good attitude about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not uptight. That's the whole difference. She's not uptight.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if that's just her YouTube persona? In real life, she's a total fucking prude. So like 6 months from now, we get a video from the boyfriend say, "Oh, she never put out. She was a fucking prude."
Exactly.
She was just doing that for clicks.
Yeah. So she earns, all this money from her little videos and stuff she puts out to pay for that house.
Yeah.
And then she goes, if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't even have this house.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden she just puts the smack down and this guy's like out the door.
Or she's like, now go do the dishes, bitch.
Right. Of course.
Good on her. I like it.
Yeah. So that's my little reprieve, my little bit of entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you watched the Trump video that Sal sent you, though. I'm sure you stopped this video and started and said, "Oh, whoa."
To be honest, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus. I made the rare mistake of watching the fucking debate. Oh. Wow.
Well, I will say I did not watch the debate. I did not watch a minute of it.
Well, I could sum it up in about 30 seconds if you want to spend that much time on it, which I kind of don't, but Trump tells a lot of stories. Biden is an idiot. There's your debate.
Yep.
Trump wasn't all truthful. Biden wasn't all there. That's pretty much what I got out of it. And I honestly think it was planned. I think it was planned to put him out there like a fucking lunatic. I've been saying that for months, that they're going to replace this dick.
Yeah, well, that's been the speculation, for quite a while. And the whole, and I'm not going to spend much time on this, but the whole idea that the quote unquote the Democrats were in panic mode, it's just like, where have you been for the last 3 years? Is this the first time you realize that Biden is basically senile, is dementia, is full of dementia? Is this the first time you realize that, and you had no concerns up to this point? None?
Yeah, I mean, come on. We knew. They knew. And the way, I was watching some different stuff on Rumble right after the debate, and they were making some great points about how quick the chyrons on CNN were out about Dems are extremely worried. Nothing good came out of this.
Yeah, well, who were they talking about? Who did they talk to? Where was this feedback coming from?
And I'm telling you, this wasn't 10 minutes after the debate. 10 minutes after it ended. And they're talking about, well, they're already meeting. Oh, are they? Are they already? Who is they?
Who are they and where are they meeting?
Yeah, and how do you know 10 minutes later?
Right.
It was, good point, dude, bro. They were calling it aggressive panic. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It was planned.
Of course it is.
CNN, that's why they kept everything under their own wraps in case somehow Biden actually did okay. But he didn't. He damn near fell down the steps. Yeah, that's a funny video, too. Jill Biden trying to lead him down the one step he had to take to get off the stage.
Right.
The guy looked like a toddler taking his first step. Fucking idiot. Yeah. That's our leader. Oh well.
Yeah. Well,
fuck him.
As if this was any surprise at all.
No, not at all. It's opening the door to bring in Newsom or Whitmer or whoever. That's all they were doing.
That's it.
They had to put this guy out there, let him fucking drop the ball so that they can look like they're doing it in the name of the people.
Right. Not that they had this in mind the whole time. It's just that now we have to get the approval of the voters to say, right. Yeah, we need to do something.
Yeah. We gotta say, and what's even more crazy, and I don't want to turn this into this, but I was staggered at the number of people, both that I know and that I don't know, that were out online saying, I'd still vote for Biden over fucking Trump. I was like, they were literally saying, well, he's just old and honorable. I'm like, honorable?
Honorable, yeah.
Honorable. They're mistaking honorable for senile.
Right.
They think, well, he can't help himself. This motherfucker is a criminal. He's a fucking criminal. He's a criminal that can't remember his crimes now, but he's a fucking criminal. It's like, holy fuck. You people are dumb as shit. Thank God you don't get bad tweets, I guess. Jesus fucking Christ. Idiots.
Too funny.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I just knew it was going to be a shit show. I didn't even bother to turn the TV on.
Well, you would have got some good laughs out of it.
I caught up with some of the highlights.
Yeah.
Later, but I didn't watch the actual debate. I did catch up with some of the highlights through like Mark Dice and
I'm sure you saw the highlight of where where Biden said something about, I don't know what this guy's talking about. And Trump goes, I believe he doesn't know what he's talking about.
or he says, I didn't understand the last few words he said.
Yeah,
I have no idea. And then he goes, yeah, we killed Medicare. And he goes, yeah, you certainly did kill Medicare.
You beat it to death.
You beat it to death.
That was a good. I mean, Trump got some zingers in. That's for sure.
Trump is quick. He's funny. He's very base. You know,
he looked like he got his head kicked in though. Like his head was weird. Like one side of his head looked like he got hit with a ball bat or something.
No idea.
See if I can't find a picture.
Yeah, it's just funny, but I just knew it was going to be a shit show, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna catch up with the talking heads and the pundits, people who can, just sort of break it down into the cliff notes more or less. I'm not going to sit through this and watch Jake Tapeworm and that other hag from CNN, try to run cover. So it's just like, I don't think I'm going to watch that.
I'll be honest, I didn't find them to be that impartial, really. I actually was surprised. I expected it to be a lot worse. I saw all kinds of stupid breakdowns, like, well, Biden got 12 more minutes than Trump, or whatever. I didn't notice it.
Who cares?
I didn't notice it. Yeah, look at Trump's head here. Look at the side of his head here. It looks like he got his head fucking smacked with a bat. It's
just the way that his hair is.
Yeah, I know. It just looked weird.
Yeah, it just looks weird. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't look the weirdest up there. The other guy in the mask looking like a Martian was way weirder, but it did. But both of them looked kind of odd.
Yeah.
Trump's not looking his best right now after fucking 6 months of trials, and Biden looks like he just fucking walked off the Close Encounters set. It's like, whew, boy, this is our leadership. Jesus Christ. But anyway, let's not get into all that shit.
Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say about it, to be honest with you. I just kind of let, some of my favorite commentators talk about it. I kind of caught up with the cliff notes, and that's all I needed.
Right.
I knew it was going to be a shit show, so it was just like, I didn't really miss anything.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with whoever's actually going to run.
Right.
Because it ain't going to be that fucking retard.
No, he's going to be out of there, and, he's not going to be getting the nomination and whatever. And, they'll be dragging in Gavin Newsom or somebody, to fill in the gap.
Yeah. The ones they're talking about are both jewels. They're talking about Newsom or Whitmer from Michigan.
Yeah, from Michigan.
From Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan that doesn't have any fucking water to drink.
Yeah.
Or fucking Newsom that they're on their second recall vote. It's like, Jesus, is that the best you guys can fucking trot out there?
But Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew.
I don't care.
Well,
the people have twice tried to remove him.
Well, I understand, but when you have that kind of political and money power behind you, it doesn't matter what a dirtbag you are. Look at Biden; he's in the office. So,
yeah, that's true.
That just goes to show you right there.
Yeah, I still keep thinking it's going to be Big Mike and Hills, like Hillary probably for VP with Big Mike as the president.
I don't think so. I don't,
because they couldn't win the other way.
Nah.
They couldn't win with Hillary being the president and Big Mike being the VP.
Yeah. No, I'll think it's just very interesting that Gavin Newsom, governor of California, just happened to be in Atlanta during the debates.
Yeah, how ironic.
It's like, why was he there? Of all people who were there, why was he there?
Well, he's just checking in.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure.
Just throwing his support behind his president.
Right, of course.
Isn't that why everybody does that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's just everything is so staged. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not even playing the game. Not buying into any of it. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's a dog and pony show.
Pull the lever in November, and that's the extent of the political coverage I need to do.
Yep, I agree. But other than that, what's going on in your world? You and I and Eric did the Birdemic Tuesday.
And you guys hated it.
Well, it was another one of those politically correct, woke movies talking about climate change.
I know, it was great. That was on purpose.
All the awful propaganda that's out there. And the movie itself was such a low budget flick with the terrible sound quality and the recording of the dialogue between the two main actors there, and the silliness of the unlimited ammo in those machine guns.
Guns with 10-round magazines shooting 4,000 rounds.
Yeah, and again, where did they get the automatic weapons? Especially in California.
Well, they had them, of course.
Sure. They were out there shooting machine guns at birds.
Yeah.
Where shotguns would have done a much better job, but they had machine guns.
The drive montages. That was another funny part.
Yeah, a lot of driving in that video, and a hybrid Ford Mustang. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He claims his car was a hybrid. It's like, I've never seen a hybrid Ford Mustang.
A hybrid Mustang, yeah.
What was it? It was like the Prius of Ford Mustangs.
Right. It's a silent Mustang,
Yeah. And this guy, he supposedly became very wealthy from his stock options and his
solar panels,
his software company that got bought out by Oracle or some
right.
And he was happy with his hybrid Mustang.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not going to get a new car. I'm happy with my hybrid car. It's a hybrid.
Well, the thing I thought was funny was that he was selling solar panels, but then he invited a solar panel salesman into his house to sell him a solar panel.
I think there was like a disconnect there, because I think he was into software sales, but then after he got his stock options, then I think he went into solar panel sales.
Well, they sure didn't tell us that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was like a jump cut there. He's like a software salesman, and he became wealthy from his stock options.
Right.
Then he transitioned into solar panel sales.
Mm-hmm.
He started his own company. That's kind of how I read that.
Right. It was, I mean, look, it was a purposely bad movie. I knew for a fact that both you and Eric would absolutely be cringing at the climate change stuff, which is why I chose that one. Because you committed to it during the last one.
Yes.
And I was like, I know the movie that'll fucking make these guys' heads spin.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to go with the Birdemic. And it was funny every time that they got into something that had nothing to do with climate change. The guy on the beach.
Right.
Well, I'm just here to measure the water to make sure that it's not of a higher temperature, which it's raised every year for the last 12 years. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, it was just fun just being able to hang out with you and Eric and just have a few laughs on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Of course our membership has allowed us to do such a thing on a Tuesday night. So that's what's important about the people who support the show through our locals page, and giving us the bandwidth and the time and the opportunity to bring you these special things that are just kind of goofy and funny and kind of break up the week. So it's fun.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun doing that one. So,
and of course, Eric, he's got his whole Count Cracula thing down to a T with the whole, obviously the costume and his Count Cracula jokes, cracking jokes.
Oh, yeah.
He should just call himself Count Cracking Jokes.
And he doesn't break character at all.
No.
Like even the before or the after talk. Even talking to him after, I was like, good show. And he's like, yes, it was a very good show. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. All right, we're done.
Right. Yeah. So it was a good time for those of you who did not tune in or who are members of the CMS locals, you missed a good time on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, if you are a paid member, you can watch it. I actually put it up, so it's there for now. So
all right, perfect.
So those peeps can definitely go back and watch it if they so choose. And yeah, and we'll be doing another one here in a month. I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm gonna probably let Eric or you or both of you pick a movie because I've picked the first 4. So but yeah, that we did that on Tuesday. Dude, I've been an interviewing machine this week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I did. Biggest one I did, and I could not have been more excited about was yesterday. Yesterday I interviewed Chris Slade.
Right.
Obviously from AC/DC.
Sure.
And for me, AC/DC takes a back seat to the drummer of the Firm records. Which we did talk about at length. We talked quite a bit about the Firm. But dude, that dude had stories I could have talked to him for 3 more hours.
Well, of course. I mean, that guy's legendary. I mean, he's got a 50+ year career in playing with some of the biggest names in rock.
He started in the 50s with Tom Jones.
Is that right?
Tom Jones,
huh?
Then he was dude, listen to this resume. It's so crazy.
Dry vagina.
He starts with Tom Jones.
Okay.
Then in the 70s, he stays with Tom Jones for a while. Then he goes to before Manfred Mann's Earth Band, he does a band with an unknown lady that would become known, Miss Olivia Newton-John.
Is that right?
He does a band with Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Neutron Bomb.
That's right. And then Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
Was he there during the Blinded by the Light years?
I probably was, because he was there for 9 albums or something. So I'd imagine he was.
Right.
I didn't ask him much about that band because, quite honestly, Wrapped Up Like a Douche would have been the only question I have.
Right.
I really don't know anything about Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
Okay.
But then, of course, he was with David Gilmour for a while. You know, he toured with David Gilmour. And this will be in the interview when it comes out. I won't get too into it, but I will share it because it's not a secret. He didn't know the guys in the Firm. Like, he knew nobody in the Firm. And Jimmy Page called him to join the Firm.
Okay.
To come and try out and join the Firm, right? Because he had heard that he's a great drummer or whatever. He said, well, I'd love to, but I just committed to this tour. Now, they weren't on tour. He had committed to a tour.
Right.
With David Gilmour.
Okay.
These fucking guys waited. Jimmy Page and Paul Rogers waited 9 months for him.
Oh, he does look like a baby.
Can you imagine Jimmy Page waiting for you? How good must you be?
Yeah.
If Jimmy Page, every drummer on the planet would play with Jimmy Page. He could have gone right down to whoever the next guy is, and the guy Don Henley be quitting the Eagles to go and play with Jimmy Page. And yet he said, nope, gotta finish this.
Okay.
And he did that. So it was a great talk, man. I mean, it was really, really, really cool talking to him. And, you know, dude, another crazy thing, and I could actually play this because I actually put this out as a clip if you want to see it. So he does the Razor's Edge, which obviously I said to him was the album I think most people. Do you agree with this, by the way? Do you think that the Razor's Edge was the last truly great AC/DC album?
Yeah, as far as just the commercial success, big sound,
and great songs and everything else. It was. I mean, is it the best? No, but it is a great.
Well, and again, it didn't hurt to have the help of MTV at the time.
Sure. But I just think it was a big album. It sold like 5 or 6 million copies as well. Sure. And it had, you know, Thunderstruck and Mistress for Christmas.
Yeah,
and,
well, you know, Thunderstruck is a big anthemic song.
Sure. Well, Money Talks was on it too. I mean,
yeah,
that's a big hit for them.
But they play that in the stadiums is the Thunderstruck.
Oh yeah, it's the opening track.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a big track. So, it's a big album. I talked to him about this, and then at the end of the touring for Razor's Edge, the band wanted to get back together, wanted to try and get Phil Rudd back in the mix. So they call him, and I'll play the clip here in a second. They call him and ask him, hey, why don't you just kind of hang back in the wings? We'll pay you, but you just hang out while we see what's up with Phil Rudd. And he fucking said no. That's a lot of money to walk away from, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's not about the money.
I'll play the clip because I asked him point blank if he was offended, and he said yes. If he was insulted, and he said yes, and that's why I did it. But, dude, that's awful hard to walk away from AC/DC, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, again, he's played with some of the biggest players in the genre of rock and so on and so forth, and it's just like, I don't think he's wondering where he's going to get his next meal.
No, not at all. I think he'll find a gig anytime he wants one. But all right, this is about 2 minutes long, but it's a pretty cool story about AC/DC real quick. Now, one of the rumors, and this is purely a rumor, so tell me if it's just nonsense, but the rumor that I always heard was that after Razor's Edge and after the touring and everything, the band or management or somebody wanted to try to bring Phil back, but they wanted you to kind of wait in the wings in case it didn't work out, and you balked at that. And the rumor I always heard was you said, nope, I'm not standing by for anybody, and you walked. Is that true?
I did. Yes, wow. That's true. Very stupid of me, to be very honest. If I'd been my father at the time, I would have said, look, just sit there and take the money, okay? Because they wanted to keep me on in case. Malcolm called me, actually.
Okay.
And who's a very nice guy, and a genius guitarist, by the way. I mean genius. I don't mean he was very good. Mm-hmm. He's the best rhythm player I have ever worked with in my life.
Wow.
And I doubt if there'll be another rhythm player that I could possibly could touch sides with Malcolm. He called me personally, not a manager or anything, and he said, look, it's nothing you, I remember it very well, it's nothing you are doing or have not done, but we're going to try Phil out again.
Okay.
And I said, oh, well, that's me gone then. He said, no, we'd like you to stay around. I said, no, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Malcolm. So,
Right.
Did
you take it as an insult?
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
I wasn't very happy about it. Who would be?
Right.
And I'd done the demos for, what was it? Black Ice? I can't remember.
Or
the one after.
One
anyway.
of them. I think
Ball Breaker. It was the demos for Ball Breaker. I'd played all the demos. I knew that because I went to visit the guys after I was out of the band.
Right.
In London. They were staying there, and I knew they were there. And I went into Cliff's apartment. They all had an apartment, of course. I went into his apartment, and I could hear my demos being played upstairs.
Wow.
So, and that was Phil's apartment above Cliff. I said, who's upstairs? He said, Phil's up there. So, anyway, Brian, me and him went, and Cliff went out to the nearest pub and had a few pints.
Okay.
And had a really good time.
So there you go. Little Chris Slade for you.
Yeah, how about that?
Dude, it was so... And he gave me the longest amount of time. Dude, it was for an hour.
Really? Nice.
I had an hour with him, and I used damn near all of it. I mean...
And what is he promoting?
He has a band called the Chris Slade Timeline.
Oh, yeah. He's doing all the music he's played on, right?
Well, he's doing that, but he's got originals as well, and he's got like 2 singers in his band, and he's been out, apparently he's been doing this since like 2017. But I I don't know, dude. Somebody throws me that invite. Here, you want to take an hour with Chris Slade?
Yeah, well, let me see what I'm doing.
I couldn't leap through my computer fast enough to get that thing lined up. I mean, dude, that was like early morning Chris Aiken time now. That was that the interview was at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Which for me these days, that's about when I'm opening my eyes. But yeah, I was wide awake for that one. I wanted to make sure just for me to talk about the firm with somebody in the firm was worth it to me. And that was fucking spectacular talking to him about the firm. So good stuff. That one comes out in about a month or so on CMSPN.
God damn it. Why do we got to wait so long?
Because the album doesn't come out till then. I don't want to be like all these other chumps
Jesus,
that...
God damn it. Why are you making us wait?
Dude, all these other chumps that do these interviews, they put their interview out like that day.
Right.
And it's like, all right, so now people heard it, and if they had any inkling at all to buy something, they're not going to do it because there's nothing available. You know, they're not going to buy it. So at least doing it this way, people can hear what he's got to say, and when they hear it, they can go right out to Amazon or whatever and potentially buy something.
Sure.
So I always try to wait till it's at least the week of, so that by the time they order it, even if it is a pre-order, it'll still be delivered the day
it's
that
kind of a
comes
relevant
out.
thing.
Yeah, so that's why I always hold on to him. But
right, I get you.
But yeah, he was real fun. Did I talk to Paul Diano this week or last week? I think it was this week. I talked to Paul Diano. It was this week because you and I came under fire for the wheelchair segment last week.
Again, it wasn't, I don't think it was derogatory. I just think it was, is this what fans deserve or expect?
Yeah. And I didn't think it was that derogatory either, but of course, you both saying that we don't want to see bands in wheelchairs anymore. Of course, one of the comments on our YouTube was from Jeff Becerra from Possessed, who's been in a wheelchair for ever and a day as the lead singer of Possessed.
Okay.
And he wasn't snarky about it. He was just like, And I was like, all right, dude. I was like, you know, but I still stand by what I said. It's nothing against him.
Yeah, I think that for metal fans or music fans in general, I mean, we saw Phil Collins, and I think Phil Collins was was kind of like, this isn't how we want to remember these guys.
No.
And I think that's really what it boils down to. It's not, well, you don't have the chops and you don't have the ability to play anymore. Mm-hmm. It's not that. It's just that as fans, remembering your favorite band or singer or artist in their most vibrant state, you don't want to see that because it's like, oh, that's just sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody wants to feel sad. You just want to be glad and go, oh man, that's cool. And then you go, oh Jesus, what happened there?
Well, and again, I think we were very clear about do what you want, but we're not going to pay money to see it. I love Possessed. I am an absolute fan of that band. And I'm not going to go see it. And it's not meant to be offensive to Jeff. I know he got paralyzed. I think it was in a shooting or something.
Right,
so it's clearly not his fault. And I might go see that band because I know that it wouldn't cost me $70, $80, $100, $200 a ticket either.
Right.
But like Ann Wilson is now in a wheelchair, not a wheelchair, but a chair. She sits during her shows. Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with her?
I don't know. Age, pizza. Whatever, I don't know.
Well, she isn't heavy anymore. I think she lost a shit ton of weight.
Maybe she lost bone density. I have no idea. I just have been told that she sits in some shows.
Really?
And Blackie. And
yeah, well, we know about Blackie.
Yeah, and Blackie, I wouldn't want to see that. And I don't want to see Phil Collins in that, look like it was elder abuse, the way they were trotting him out there.
Yeah, we don't want to see Jack Russell.
No, I mean, all of these people are just horrendous to see, and Becerra's not. I mean, Becerra still rocks. I mean, he's been doing it for 20, 30 years, whatever, in the wheelchair, and he gets out there and he rocks the fuck out, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if his band was a band that was charging $150 a ticket, I would not go.
Yeah, and we were, of course, he passed away, but Steve Grimmett with his leg loss,
he still stood.
I know he still stood, but. There's one guy who rocked until he dropped, literally.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, sometimes reality is calloused. Sometimes you can't just say what everybody wants you to say to make everybody happy. And look, if you're being honest, if more people were honest, they would tell Jeff Becerra or Blackie or whoever, don't want to see you in a wheelchair. We just don't. Especially at the price for these concerts these days. I think even back in the old days, we might have accepted it better when you could go see Kiss for $12.
Exactly.
I would have gone and seen Paul Stanley in a wheelchair for $12, but not for $250 with another $100 to park and $20 a beer.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Stand up. Stand up or cancel. That's still my take. It's always going to be my take.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I mean, again, I stand by what we discussed last week. I didn't have any bones about it, and I didn't have any regrets about the discussion we had or given our viewpoint, because that's what we do. It's just my viewpoint. It's just your viewpoint. If you don't agree, then don't agree.
Yeah. And again, I don't want this to sound like Jeff Becerra was being a bitch or anything either. He wasn't. He literally left a one-word comment that just said, And okay, I get it. It's a little snarky. I get it. It's like, what about me, motherfucker? And I get that.
Yeah, and again, but let's just say that he's the exception to the rule. Mm-hmm. He's not old and decrepit or anything. He unfortunately, he got hurt. Suffered an accident.
Yeah, he got hurt.
But it isn't from degeneration or personal abuse or or anything, or whatever causes people to have these issues. And again, I'm not against anybody who wants to go out and make a living doing what they do, but it doesn't necessarily mean I want to go see it either.
Yeah, same here, man. It's like I saw, I think it was on the Metal Voices Twitter or whatever today. They were acknowledging Don's birthday.
Yeah.
And they asked 4 questions, which is, they're just trying to get engagement. But they were like, what's your favorite Dokken album? What's your favorite Dokken vocal solo? What's your favorite Dokken album, song, vocal solo, or vocal part? And do they need to do a reunion? And I answered, Back for the Attack, Bullets to Spare, the end part of Lightning Strikes Again, and there is no need to see this version of these 4 guys that are still alive do a reunion. There's no reason to see that.
And we saw it back in 16.
We saw, and we saw, me and you saw it when it was good, when it was excellent, when it was 1986, 5, 4.
Well, it's when I met Dawn for the first time in 95 when they were doing the Dysfunctional tour.
Mm-hmm. And they were still pretty good then. Yeah.
Well, they were really good. So that, that was during the Dysfunctional day when, after they had been apart for 8 years.
Yeah.
Or 6 years rather.
But I don't want to see it now where Don is struggling to stand and sing, and Jeff has got a fucked up back and he's sitting, and Mick quit because he hurts so bad.
Yep.
And George is George, but do we want to see that? No.
There's no reason for it. We saw it already. It's over.
Yeah. That's it. It's if you didn't see it when it happened, you lose.
Yeah. What I find interesting is because Dokken and George Lynch, or Lynch Mob, shares the same management team. July 12th, Don will be here locally at the Four Winds Casino, which is literally 30 minutes from the house.
Right.
Same night, Lynch Mob will be playing the exact same night 30 minutes away in Hobart, Indiana.
Wow.
So they're both playing on the same night, just 30 minutes apart from each other.
Wow, so you can get a double dose of half the tunes from Dokken.
Yeah, so Don is playing a casino theater,
right?
And George is playing a small venue in Hobart, Indiana.
So will you go to Hobart for half hour, watch a little of their set, and then drive over and see Dokken?
I'll be at the casino.
No.
Yeah.
That would be good though if you were there.
Yeah, they treat you nice over there though. They got nice big suites and nice rooms and stuff. They treat you pretty good over there.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And aren't you seeing Don this week or something?
No, next week.
Next week?
Is
That's that show?
July 12th, yeah.
Okay.
It's a Friday.
Friday? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one of the, I saw that they announced it. Boy, I was like, oof. So they announced a show with Jack Russell's Great White. I was like,
well,
oh,
I don't think he's playing that.
Is he not playing that?
He's supposed to be playing the one here at this casino, and I just don't think he's playing it.
You don't think Don is, or you don't think Jack is?
No, I don't think Jack is.
So you get the Andrew Freeman's
I
Jack
don't
Russell's
think,
Great
I
White?
don't think that they're playing it. I mean, I don't know what they're going to replace it with or who's playing what, but, I seriously doubt it's Jack.
Right.
Because when I saw Jack in April in Texas, I mean, I was just like, oh, and oof. So sad, man, because Jack
I hate
is
it.
such a nice guy, and
I know.
has treated me so well over the years and just been so friendly, and just to see him the way he was, it was just like, dude, this is just sad.
It's tragic.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing in my mind that I envision is he's in this wheelchair. His chick is pushing him in the wheelchair. Both Don and I walk up on him. Of course, he gives Don a big hug. He looks up. He looks up at me and he just reaches his feeble hand up and grabs my hand.
Right.
It's so good to see you. I'm just so glad you always come out to see me at these shows.
Grabs your one finger because that's all he
Oh
can
my
grip.
God. I was just like, oh no. This is so sad.
Dude, I hate it. And again, that was kind of the point we were making about the wheelchair thing last week. It's sad to see.
Yeah.
It sucks. We're not saying it because we want to goof on the bands. We're saying it because it sucks.
And the thing is Jack is only 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
And he just reached up with that feeble hand, and he had those cold, old person
Old
hands,
man hands,
and just grabbing my hand to shake my hand and say, it was good to see me. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, he's so feeble that he couldn't even get it with a cane now, right?
No.
Like
They had to wheel him onto the plane and wheel him off the plane and wheel him to the stage. And
does he have the blanket and everything
oh
over
yeah
him?
oh yeah
Oh man, that's rough.
And he just sits in the chair just all
Ugh.
just no body mass anymore.
Right.
Just 98 pounds of skin and bone.
That just sucks.
It's just like, man,
It's Jack Hawking's Great White.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly it too. Yeah.
Next thing you know, he'll be moving around the stage with a blow tube. Once bitten, twice shy. Come on, man.
I hate to laugh about that,
But it's true. I mean, that's the direction they're going in.
Absolutely, it's true.
Oh my God. I don't feel bad about anything we said last week. That's for sure. I really don't. And
I don't either.
and talking about this, this is like the absolute proof that we weren't wrong.
No.
Just retire.
And I think the one that gets us both the worst is the Phil Collins.
I don't know. Jack gets me pretty bad because I know him.
Yeah, but the Phil Collins, last Genesis run was
pathetic.
Just so pathetic.
It was pathetic. And those guys, the difference between Jack Russell and Genesis don't need the money.
No, they don't.
They do not need the money. They could just have stayed retired. Their fucking greatest hits are going to keep getting played on Spotify to the millions of dollars a year. They do not need and they've been huge. I mean, Phil Collins has 15 divorces and he's still worth $300 million. After what's he been? 3 divorces? Three times divorced?
3 divorces. And I think the money he's paid out is like $150 million.
And he still has $300 million in the bank.
Right.
It's like they don't need the money so bad. It's not even like Slash that had X amount of money and gave away half. It was like, well, it's now or never time.
Yeah, I got to jump on this GNR train and get my money back.
Phil could have stayed home and spent a little of the money he already had on physical therapy and got himself back up. But instead, he gets out there and wheeled out there to whatever, an office chair that they found in the local whatever place. Here, sit here, dummy. Now sing.
Yeah.
You know,
Sing for your supper, bitch.
That's right. Sing if you want to get off this stage again. You better be in key or we'll leave you out here, you fuck. Get to earning your keep, Uncle June.
Right.
Holy
exactly.
fuck.
Exactly.
But Jack is much worse. Jack has to do it, and I get it. But man, does it suck. It just sucks that he can't even put his health above his responsibility.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
Just to be in your early 60s and just be in that condition.
Mm-hmm. And what's he going to do?
Die.
Yeah, I mean, what is he going to do 5 years from now when he just can't do this anymore?
You're giving him the benefit of the doubt of 5 years.
Well, I mean, if
They
they're willing,
can barely do it now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying in general. I mean, could he write? Could he write songs? Maybe.
I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah. Well, I hope something happens for him in a positive because I love Jack. I think he's always been beyond nice to me. So
Yeah.
I don't want to think anything negative on him at all. But
Nope.
hate it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, I say we take a break
All right.
and come back and really get kicking in with the show. So I'll always let you pick a starting tune here. So what should we play?
All right. Well, since we talked about my new best friend, Chris Slade,
Yes.
let's go with The Firm from Mean Business, and let's go with Fortune Hunter. That's a good rocker.
Okay. All right. Let's do that. Let's play some The Firm.
All right.
And play that song. And I appreciate you actually getting an ID for the CMS.
I'm trying to get more of them when I have time. And I ended that interview with like 6 minutes left. And I was like, all right, I can get a CMS ID. Because most of the time I end with like 30 seconds left and I got to get 8 IDs for Metal Shop and then a CMS TV. And by that time, they're already burned. So
Well, fuck Metal Shop. The CMS comes first. All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes. If you want to get a request in, just send it to me via the email, request@theclassicmetalshow.com. Dude, you wouldn't believe. We get requests early on a Saturday morning. Just people emailing requests on a Saturday morning, waiting for the show.
I want to hear, you know what? I want to hear that Slaughter tune 12 hours from now. It's funny.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we get requests early because people want to get in early and get their request in. So, appreciate that. So anyway, let's play some Firm. And here it is. It's The Firm featuring Chris Slade with the lead off track from the Mean Business release with Fortune Hunter exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
You see all the commercials for online gambling, but you're afraid to try them because you just don't want to lose, right? Well, play with the house's money. Right now, sign up with FanDuel at fanduel.cnspn.com and get $15 of free bets just for using our link. Sign up today at fanduel.cmspn.com and get $15 worth of bets on FanDuel. Be responsible and play today. FanDuel.